Hello and welcome to Ask Amanda Now. I am a little delayed, so thank you for those of you who have been hanging on, waiting for us to go live. I have just got off a plane. I am standing in Sydney Domestic Airport, and I'm now watching my bag go around the carousel all by its lonesome, because I'm not standing over there to grab it, because I'm chatting to you guys. I might take you over there soon to go grab my bag. What happens if you leave your bag on the baggage carousel for too long? Does it go into that little hole and not come back? That might happen, so I better go grab it. It is wonderful to be here with you. This is a very good example of what Ask Amanda Now is going to be like. So I really want to make sure that I'm able to chat with you guys live every week if I can. We don't always have time for a full hour of Friday Live. When we do, when I'm home, we're absolutely having our Friday Live. But otherwise, if I can answer one question for you in about 10 minutes, whether I'm getting on a plane, getting off a plane, watching my lonely bag go around the baggage carousel in the middle of lunch, having a break between meetings, then I will jump on and do my best to answer questions for you. Now, I am just on my phone, so I'm just checking to see if I have any tech support messages there. Rochelle and Christina are helping me out in the background. Our question for Ask Amanda Now this week comes from Jan. And Jan's question we have here ready and waiting for us. It's going to pop up on our screen. Jan has asked an excellent question for Ask Amanda Now. These are the kinds of questions that I can answer pretty quickly. They're clear. They don't need too much background information. So thank you, Jan, for posting this one. Jan's question is this: the owners approved a 3-year appointment for our Strata manager based on a draft contract. Should the final contract be sent to all owners? Excellent question. Thank you very much for sending this in, Jan. I'm interested that you have characterized the contract as a draft contract, so maybe drop me a note about that. I know you're going to tune into this later, but under our New South Wales legislation, we do need to approve strata management contracts at a general meeting by ordinary resolution. So the normal way things happen is that the proposed management contract is attached to the agenda of your general meeting. That agenda goes out to all owners so they can see the contract and they understand what the terms are. And then there is a resolution at the general meeting to appoint the strata managing agent based on the terms of that contract. And that's in section 49 of our Strata Schemes Management Act. We must appoint strata managing agents by ordinary resolution at a general meeting, and we must have an instrument of appointment. So we must have an agency agreement. So it sounds like you've had that and you've had your resolution, and you're now wondering whether the contract as resolved, as agreed at the meeting with all the final details in it, perhaps the term, whether it's a 1-year, a 2-year, a 3-year term written into the contract, signed by the strata manager, whether that final form of the contract should be sent to all owners. Well, a copy of the contract does need to be sent to the owners corporation, the owners corporation being the other party to the contract. And this is not in our Strata Schemes Management Act. This is actually in the Property and Stock Agents Act. It's a requirement for those who hold real estate licenses to send copies of their agency agreements to their clients once they are signed. And they have to do that within 48 hours of the agreement being signed. Now, I've said that the client is the owners corporation. So who is that? What does that mean? I'm actually just going to walk over here for anybody who's just joining us. I'm at Sydney Domestic Airport, and my little bag is just twirling around the carousel all by itself. So I'm just going to grab it so it doesn't go back into who knows where and not come out again, because I don't want to be without my bags for a weekend. That is not a situation that a woman wants to be in without her suitcase for the weekend. So I've now grabbed my bag from the carousel. It is now safe. And I've said that we need to be sending a copy of our agency agreement to the client, the owners corporation, within 48 hours of that being signed. So Jan, does that mean it has to be sent to all owners? I say no. I say no, it doesn't have to be. It can be sent to the representative of the owners corporation. Who is that? Well, that's our Strata committee. So I say that Strata managing agents who have signed up new agreements, they should know under the Property and Stock Agents Act that they need to send a copy of that signed agreement out to their client, and they should be sending it by email, is fine, to the Strata committee members. It's an interesting arrangement because technically, under the agency agreement, the Strata manager is the one who is acting as agent for the owners corporation and is managing the books and records for the owners corporation. So it's almost like the Strata managing agent has to give a copy of the agreement to themselves and make sure that they hold it on the owners corporation's records, which they are managing. But I suggest that best practice is for that Strata managing agent to send a copy of the fully signed agreement to the Strata committee. Now I'm just checking over on these comments here while I'm on my phone, and I'm seeing some people come on in and say hello. Sean, hi, late to the party. That's all right, Sean. I was late to the party too. Zlata's laughing at me. Was that because of my baggage collection there, Zlata? Jan is here. Awesome. Glad you made it, Jan. I know you're running off to a meeting. It was a watermarked draft contract. Yeah, okay. So if that's then been approved at a meeting, then Jan, then the watermark's going to come off. The Strata managing agent's going to sign it. The representatives of the owners corporation are going to sign it, and then a copy should be sent to the committee. Very helpfully, we are seeing Natalie Fitzgerald, who I know is a very experienced Strata manager, commenting for us here. She says, generally you would sign 2 at the meeting and leave a copy with the secretary and scan a copy into the owners corporation records. Thank you so much, Natalie. That's a really, really good tip because, as I've said, the Property and Stock Agents Act actually requires the copy to be sent to the client within 48 hours. So that's not too much time, is it? So really good idea to have 2 copies of the agreement at the meeting to make sure then that your owners corporation is getting that copy within that 48-hour period. And if you want to check that out, we do have the sections of the Property and Stock Agents Act here for you. We can post them into the comments. From memory, haven't just got off the plane, I think it's section 55 of the Property and Stock Agents Act. And if you want to dig a little deeper, have a look at Schedule 14 to that act, which tells us specifically what should be in a strata management contract, an agency agreement between a strata manager and an owners corporation. That's set out in Schedule 14 to the regulation, to the Property and Stock Agents regulation. So Christina, who is here helping me out, has those links for you. She will post them in. Everything's gone quiet here at the airport now. Sometimes the airport is super busy. I do a little bit of back and forth. Sometimes it's super busy and sometimes it's quiet. It is a Friday afternoon. I hope everybody's heading out to do something nice. I certainly am. I'm here. I'm in the Big Smoke. I'm going to be heading out, seeing some friends and some family, which I'm looking forward to. Thank you to all of you who have been able to join me impromptu here today. I'm just heading back to those comments to see Zlata saying, yes, my bags are precious. I'm glad you get it, Zlata. This is Ask Amanda Now. It has been a wonderful first Ask Amanda Now. We will be calling for questions each week that we're going to do a quick 10-minute Ask Amanda Now, one strata question answered for you. We've already got quite a few questions that have come through when I proposed doing this, just floated it as an idea a couple of days ago, and we had lots of questions come on through. So those are getting stored in our Ask Amanda Now list, and hopefully your question will come up to be answered very, very soon. Great to see you, everybody. I'm going to jump in a taxi. Have a fabulous night, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.